So today's video is going to be a little bit different from my travel because I'm not going anywhere until February. So I'm going to do my top 10 cheat sheet for healthy living. I guess it is a cheat sheet because it's just such simple things to do that will just help all round intentional living. And that's what I'm all about, guys. So let's get into it. First up for me, and this is probably a bit of a controversial one, but I like to eat 1 to 2 meals a day. I don't like 3 meals a day. I don't function as good on 3 meals a day. I feel like it's too much food for me now. And I just sort of listen to my body and go with what it needs per day, per week. Second is hydration from fruits instead of water. That's not to say don't drink water. I prefer drinking and eating hydrating fruits. So if I'm blending a watermelon or cantaloupe melon or honeydew, any of the seeded melons, keyword seeded, any of those melons are good because they're around 90%, 95% water anyway, plus you get all the minerals from the fruit, so it's a win-win. If I do have water, I like to put a sprinkle of sea salt in it. You just need a little bit and that helps the hydration go into the cells of your body. Third up, we have my bedtime. So my bedtime is no later than 10:30 p.m. And if I can get closer to 9 p.m, I'm doing that. This way helps your body get a proper rest. And if you time in your food, your final meal, in with your sleep well, it can finish digestion and sleep with you, rather than working on digestion and you're trying to sleep, but your body's not actually resting. So yeah, that's where that comes in for me. Which takes me on to my next one, which will be no food after 6:30 p.m. And I get it, sometimes things happen and you have to eat after that time because you're busy up until that time, for example. So I make it work how I can, and I tend to just think ahead what I'm doing time-wise on the day. And if I have to finish eating earlier, then I'll finish eating earlier. And again, the reason I do that is so that my body can rest properly when I go to sleep. I can't sleep, I can't even lay down or remotely get relaxed on a full stomach. Like it just doesn't feel comfortable for me. So yeah, 6:30 is my cutoff for food for the last meal of the day. And then it's just hydration after that. So whether it's a water or a herbal tea. Number 4, we have exercise. And I don't mean just going for your daily walk because that's a given. That's not a form of exercise. Like you should be walking quite often because the body works well with movement. Your lymphatic system requires movement. So yeah, exercise meaning whether I do 5 to 10 minutes of skipping a day, whether I do a swim, or I'll do some push-ups, squats, anything where I'm just moving my body. I don't need to go to a gym. Obviously, if you go to a gym, stunning. Number 5 for me, I limit my beige foods. And it's quite easy to eat beige food because you've got your pasta, your bread, and rice, which I don't eat rice. But those kind of foods I'm talking about that are just beige. If I do eat them, it will be a natural grain. So chickpea, rye, spelt, they're about all I'll have really. Quinoa is my favourite if I'm going to have anything that's beige looking. I go for quinoa because that's just an all-round solid food. Yarki Awakening, if you follow him or know of him, he speaks highly on quinoa. So yeah, spelt bread, if I can find a clean ingredient one, I will have spelt bread occasionally, maybe 1 slice for like my brunch type food, or spelt pasta if I'm doing some meal prep, or I like chickpea rotis, that kind of thing. But my main focus is colour. I go for colour. I like a rich, colourful meal. Number 6 would be when I wake up in the morning, I will look for natural light first. I don't turn lights on, I don't look at my phone. Like I just don't want to start my day off on that tone. I'm not into that anymore. Like I used to be a guilty person that would scroll on my phone for at least half an hour before even going for a wee. Like that's just not how I want to start my day. Doesn't feel productive, doesn't feel like I'm appreciating waking up in the morning, like I'm here for another day. And obviously natural light helps regulate your circadian rhythm. Circadian rhythm. Number 7 would lead me on to limiting the phone time. It's very easy to just sit down and start scrolling something, and then you get all these ideas that you want to ask, chat, and you know, you're on your phone for hours before you know it. But if you do fall into that trap, or you're guilty of that, I would, personally for me, I would say, have a quick mental check. Like, have I done everything I need to do today? Is there anything on my productivity list that needs doing? And there probably is things that you just don't want to do and can't be bothered to get on with. But when they're done first, it then feels acceptable to be like, right, okay, now I can go and do some pointless scrolling if I want to, because I've done everything I need to do. That's how I rationalise it anyway. I'm just very conscious of being on my phone. I just don't like always being on my phone. I'd rather find something else to do with my time. Number 8 is I purposely spend the first 2 to 3 hours of waking up with no food. And I do that because it's the cheap way of getting in a really good fast while you're asleep. So if I'm not eating past 6:30 p.m. and then I don't eat again till 10:30 p.m, let's say, I've just done a 16-hour fast with no effort, just by putting those deadlines in. So you're still fasting, you're still not eating food. To get a daily fast in, I just stop eating at 6:30 p.m. and I'll eat my first meal after 10:30 a.m. If I can stretch it out till midday, I will. And then number 10 is, some people might say too much information, but come on, we all do it, a morning poop. The reason it's on my top 10 of a cheat sheet healthy living list is because it's so important to be removing waste from your body. And I would say 8 years ago, I couldn't tell you when or how many times I pooped a week. I would have no idea. It would just be random as and when throughout the day. I don't even think it was once a day. Like, they're serious things that need to be tuned into. Going in the morning is a very common time to be going to the toilet if you're eating a well-balanced diet. If you're not going first thing in the morning, hopefully with the other tips that I've mentioned, particularly around food and hydration, that starts to come into a pattern of morning poop. It's so important, and I can't start my day, or I won't start my day, should I say. I can, but I don't like to. I need the waste removed before I get on with the day. So yeah, that's a big one for me. I'm very conscious and very aware of bowel movement. It's a very normal thing to be doing, but I don't think people talk about it enough or stress the importance around it enough. Like, it is so important to be going to the toilet every day. And again, it's listening to your body, listening to these signals, watching out for the patterns, that kind of thing. That's what this list is for. I'm just here to try and share my version of things, and hopefully it helps somebody else improve their version of things. These things all matter to me, and they are just part of me now. It's just a healthy routine that I like. It takes mindset shifts, it takes a deeper level of awareness to how you are functioning. But yeah, life is a continuous elevator. There's always the next step you can climb for. I think self-awareness is key, and just continue to elevate yourself. Like, why not? Why would anybody not want to elevate themselves? Yeah. And if you like this kind of content, hit the subscribe button, drop a like, drop a comment, let me know if there's anything that I've missed or if you've got any questions on anything. Obviously, I'm not a health medical expert. This is just my way of living that I'm sharing with you guys. Do with this as you wish. And yeah, I'll speak to you soon.